believe in? Answering the original question. What would you say you believe? And when I say believe, I mean like meaning and purpose of life, if there is any at all, if it's objective or subjective, that sort of thing.
Purpose of life. Every religion that I can see gives you a set of rules or a set of things to believe in that promote you to be the best you. Everyday use. Instead of doing nothing, you do something. When you go to the gas station, you say thank you instead of walking away. You just be the best you can.
Okay, but then why? Like, what's the point of that? Like, I hear what you're saying, and that's good and everything, and I agree that it's good to be nice and stuff. But for what ultimate goal?
For the best result.
Which is what?
The best result.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I hear you. That's fine. It's like a means to its end, right?
It's
to its means.
As society and animals, even trees, everything will work together in its own way as it can to create the best for everything. Let's face it, if we all went around stabbing each other, we're not going to last very long.
Sure. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, people usually make claims from evolution as far as why or how morality exists, right? That, it would be, if we went around stabbing each other, we don't need to say that it's a bunch of rules that tell us that. We can all say that we wouldn't exist as a society, or as even as beings as humans in and of themselves wouldn't exist if we all started killing each other off. We just wouldn't be anymore. But here's the thing, though. There's one underlying assumption in that, though, is that there's a reason for us to exist anyways. Because here's the thing. If Mother Teresa and Hitler end up in the same place, if this is the only shot we got, if we lose this and we die, and nothing happens...
Hold on. They say end up in the same spot. So
I mean that if after this life nothing happens, that's the claim I'm making. If after this life we die and we go into the grave and our biology is everything that makes us us, and then we die and there's nothing else, why be Hitler versus Mother Teresa or the other way around or anything in between? Why should it say matter? Why not set up a huge bomb that explodes all this and put us all out of our misery so we don't even have to have this debate to begin with? You see what I'm saying? Not to be so like negative, but I'm just saying it's a legitimate question. You know what I mean?
It is a legitimate question. It's more of a question used to the flip side for this. And the thing about it is that if we were to end everything, there wouldn't be anything, and that's not the best result, is it?
Right. But according to who? What makes something good at that? What's good at that? What's best at it? Not.
Well, think about it. Think of every decision you ever made.
Sure.
Is it not the best decision at the time? If I was to hand you, offer you two choices, a $100 bill and a $5 bill, you will accept one. It's a choice.
Sure.
Or you won't. That's a choice too.
Right.
The fact is, whatever decision you make, it is the best decision. Why? Because in your head, it's the decision that you decide on. It has to be. You justify to it being the best decision.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I understand. You know what? I would agree with you. That is the way that I try to live my life. But I do it though for the ultimate purpose of living for God. See, you see things a little differently, and I'll tell you why. I think that ultimately when we throw words around like best, when we throw words around like morality, that wouldn't really work. When we say those things, we need to give an ultimate answer for that. And I feel like when we remove God, I'm not saying you are doing that. I'm saying, for example, if we were to remove God, okay, if, which is a big word, it wouldn't be the same. You could say it could be this, or you could say it could be that, and they're both as equal. You know what I mean? Hitler did nothing wrong, or he did something very wrong. And both of those are equal opinions on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying for a second that he did do something wrong. For one, of course, do believe that he did. What I'm trying to say is that you don't have a differentiation. You don't have a definition if you don't have transcendence. Okay? We need something above us that gives us this thing. Just in the same way, I don't come up with, how my body works and how my respiratory system works. When I was born, it was here. Okay? It's transcendent to me. Okay? And the fact that I have moralities is also transcendent to me. So you see, like, all these things in existence that points to creation, which is such an unpopular way of viewing things. People always look for naturalism. but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, would you ever look for how a pen got here inside the pen? You know, you have to tell me how a pen exists, but you have to tell me inside the pen. No one could have put the pen together and made it. That's just ridiculous.
So do you believe in it because you need to?
No, not because I need to, because I can't fathom any other possibility. I think the best that I got, okay, in all of reality, the best thinking that I can do is that there is, in fact, a God.
Because without him, everything else would be correct.
Right.
So basically, you believe in him, and not saying I don't or do, I'm just
Sure.
you believe in him because it's the best answer.
Okay. Well, hey, and you know what? I can see how you can put that spin on it, and it does work. You know what? It does apply. But my point still stands that, and that's one of the reasons why I believe in him. By the way, I really personally, I mean, if I had to tell you, you know, in Christianese terms, as I call it, you know, because people who aren't Christians, it's like, what do you mean by this? You know, I would say it's because of the witness of the Holy Spirit. It's because of the experience that I personally had with God. Okay, when I prayed and asked him to come into my life. Okay, so from that personal experience, okay, I cannot, from this point on, deny him. I can't deny that that was something real. Okay, and keep in mind that I was a skeptic. I was an atheist for 10 years about it.
Atheist. What would you say an atheist is?
An atheist is a believer, I would say, okay, as I put here, okay? I think that, effectively, this is the way I look at the whole scheme of things, okay? It's like we're in the woods, okay? And on the tree, nailed to a tree, is a picture of a painting, okay? And I'm going, oh, well, there must be a painter. Someone else looks at the same painting and goes, well, I don't see any other people. I don't see any footprints in the ground, so there isn't a painter. And I say, yeah, but there's a picture there, there's a painting there must therefore be a painter. The person goes, okay, fine, but that's just speculation. Because, you know, but you see, we can go back and forth all day, but the point still stands that both of us, okay, are making a decision of faith. If I say there's a painter, I can't prove it, there's no one standing around, okay? If he comes through the woods and says, yep, I'm the painter, I did it, and I'll replicate it for you, that would be different. But without the evidence, I can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there is a painter. And that person can't prove that there's not. We're both left to have faith. So to answer your question, an atheist is someone who believes that there is no God. Right, exactly. They make the decision of faith that there is no God.
Okay.
So, man, and I don't want to go back and forth so much that that this whole thing kind of gets blurred. Okay, I want to, if I could, and again, I was upfront and honest with you and told you that I honed in on why I'm here, so I'll hone in why I'm talking to you. Okay, the gospel is that Jesus is real. Okay, that he did die for us and that he did rise from the dead. Meaning, purpose, destiny, everything is all wrapped up into what that